Hi, everybody, and welcome to this week's edition of the Microsoft Pulse. You're stuck with myself and Tom Duff as Jennifer Mason and Adam Oakes are off helping customers right now. If you haven't been with us before, we're going to go through the Microsoft roadmap and tell you what's new and changed and how it's going to affect you or how it may affect you. And we do this in 4 pieces in development. Microsoft is currently working to make this happen. Rolling out. It's currently rolling out to all or some of the tenants. So it may or may not be in your tenant right now. Launched. It should be, depending on which tenant you're in, be in your tenant and then canceled. Things that have been taken off the roadmap for a variety of reasons. So, Tom, why don't we get started with you? What do you like that's in development?
Okay. There's a couple things that are coming out in Teams, both in November and December. The first one is on Microsoft Teams, the ability to give and take control during screen sharing on the web. So you've obviously always been able to do this in the Teams client, but apparently on the web, which I rarely use because I'm usually using the Teams client, you weren't able to do that as easily or possibly at all. So this is now going to work on the web in a very similar fashion to how it works on the desktop version of the client. So that's supposed to be coming out in December, and that looks like it's coming out to pretty much everybody. Let me check. DoD hiding. Yep, DoD is hiding over there. Everybody gets that one. And then the other thing that I think is kind of really cool, and that is Microsoft Teams name pronunciation. So now you can record and share the correct pronunciation of your name, promoting inclusivity and helping colleagues avoid mispronunciations. Thank you. With a click, you can play and listen to your colleagues' name pronunciations. I love that. I absolutely love that, especially if you're working in a multicultural environment and they're names that you normally don't see and you really don't have an idea of how to pronounce it. This is going to be a game changer. This one is in development, due out in November, and it's coming to the worldwide tenants. So the government clients are probably going to have to wait a little longer for that one. But those are the two that really jumped out and caught my eye. What are the ones you have, Tamara?
Oh, I've got a slew of them.
I bet you do.
I do. Copilot is getting love all over the place. So, Microsoft Copilot ground prompts using SharePoint and OneDrive folders. So, users will be able to select SharePoint and OneDrive SharePoint folders from the new attached cloud files experience in what is CIQ?
I do not know. It's Copilot something something, but I don't know exactly what CIQ stands for.
Okay, to scope their prompts. So
Yeah.
this is coming to Microsoft Copilot in the worldwide tenant.
And for,
Then we
can I just
also,
mention
yeah,
something? For those of you who aren't up on what does scoping mean? Scoping basically means you can give it material that it can use to answer your question. So instead of going, well, I can't answer this because the last time I updated all my knowledge was in 2022 or 2023, you can say, okay, I'm going to ask this question and I want you to use all the documentation that is in this folder. That's really good if you've got like, let's say a project management folder that has all the project updates and stuff like that. And you want to say, hey, give me an updated project, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Use this folder so it's got all the project information because it's not been trained on your project, but it can pull all that in, read it, and take that into effect for what it's going to use for its answers. So that is a really cool thing.
Tom has been taking a lot of
I
classes on
have,
AI.
I have, I'm really sold on this stuff.
Yeah. So we also have Microsoft Copilot Quick Rewrite, Summarize, and to do actions with Copilot on OneNote Canvas. So use Copilot in your workflow on the canvas by invoking Copilot to generate a summary, a to-do list, or to help you rewrite the content on the page based on your selection. And also, same in Copilot on the OneNote Canvas is the same thing, but Let's take a look at what tenants it's coming out to. One is to OneNote and one is to Copilot. That's why it's listed in here twice. Tom, what else do you like in development?
So going along those same lines, there is one here. Let me see if I can find it again, because it was once again another Copilot issue, or not issue, but feature. Come on, come on, come on. Find it, Tom. Where is it? Ah, I hate this, the stress, the pressure.
You can do it.
I know I can. Anyway, what it was, gosh, so I will talk and I'll find it halfway through my instructions here. So basically, what this is going to do is it's going to give you the ability to say, hey, I want to use, probably the reason I'm thinking about this is it was probably in the message center. There is a change coming up here real soon, apparently not on this roadmap, but it's going to enable you to use Copilot coaching if you want to rewrite an entire email. And so you can basically say, okay, I've got this email. I want you to rewrite it completely. Coach me on what are some of the better ways to do it. It will give you coaching feedback, let you know what it's changing and why, and then give you the opportunity to say, do you want to incorporate that? I think that is like really, really awesome. So
yeah, that is great.
That's coming up here soon, just not on this roadmap, apparently.
Another thing I wanted to point out in development is SharePoint e-signature integration with Adobe and DocuSign rolling out globally. Previously, the use of third-party providers as part of the SharePoint e-signature platform were limited to regions supported by Microsoft's native SharePoint e-signature. With this release, customers can now enjoy the flexibility of using these third-party providers globally wherever they are supported. So that's coming out to SharePoint worldwide the end of November. So that's good. You're still going to have to pay. Those are not free connectors.
No.
You still have to pay for them. But everybody is screaming for e-signatures. So this will help bring the tone down a little bit. Anything else in development that you wanted to talk about, Tom?
No, but I'd love to move on to rolling out.
Please roll on out.
Apply coaching suggestions to coaching by Copilot.
Oh, you found it.
Yeah, they're enrolling out. So the two that they have here, the first one is to apply coaching suggestions will allow users to request a complete rewrite of their email based on feedback from coaching by Copilot and in one click accept and rewrite their emails with those suggestions. It's a lot like using the coaching feature in PowerPoint. It's like, hey, here's my presentation, da da da. Hey, you might want to do this, you might want to do that, things like that. This is going to enable to coach you on email writing. And the second one underneath that is select specific pieces of text in an email and use Copilot to rewrite them. So when composing an email, customers can select portions of an email, of text in an email, and use Copilot to rewrite it. Users can give detailed instructions on how to rewrite and also be able to modify tone and length. That is really awesome. As she mentioned, I've been doing some Coursera courses out of Vanderbilt University on generative AI. And it's like you get this email written, you go, this is great, but make the second paragraph shorter, make it more conversational, keep that last sentence because I really like that, but trim some of the stuff above it. Go, okay, here you go. And like 15 seconds later, you have something new that incorporates all those changes. And it's just mind blowing. So I love that.
Great. Outlook, we can reset people's suggestions in search. This feature is going to allow users to reset, export, or opt out of people's suggestions in search through Outlook on the web and the new Outlook for Windows settings. Hashtag new Outlook for Windows.
We're
If
going to
the
have to create a
reset
new
is done,
hashtag each week.
I know, we got to come up with something. If a reset is done, all versions of Outlook will reflect the change. Please note, the release month and status have been updated to show the current state. We apologize for any inconvenience this may have caused. So that's September rolling out worldwide. So that's going to the commercial tenants. And then, oh, I'm excited about this. Probably not for a good reason. Microsoft Teams' ability to block attendee emails from team webinars and team town halls. So, this features allow organizers of webinars and town halls to block the sending of attendee emails from Microsoft Teams.
Gee, why
So,
are you going to like that?
the webinar one is for GCC and the commercial tenants, and the town hall one is just for commercial tenants. What else you got rolling out, Tom?
So there's one here. It's like a really long description and really flowery, and I'm sure it sounds really good, but I'll try to condense it here. OneDrive, find your files faster than ever with a new and improved search experience in OneDrive Web. So it now lets you filter your files faster than ever before with the new and improved search functionality. Say goodbye to the days of endless scrolling through folders to find that one elusive document. So basically, it's now, and I think you've had filters before, but apparently they're improving the filters. So you've got filters for different file types, ensuring you can find exactly what you're looking for. With Date Filter, you can narrow down your search results to find files within a certain created or modified time. Um, so basically, it said they understand that searching within a folder or document library is important, and for that reason, they've simplified scoping options to let you get more precise in where you're going. So it sounds like, and also says visually updated the interface with more metadata, ensuring you can effortlessly, easy for them to say and
Really?
write, identify the right files every time. So bottom line, you're going to get a different search experience in OneDrive. Yay. It's rolling out theoretically in September, so it should be out anytime now, and that's coming to the commercial clients. So keep an eye open for that if they look like they moved your cheese, because they did.
Great. All right, let's move on to launched. SharePoint improvements for document library version history limits. We did touch on this last week, but
Right.
Microsoft is introducing new version controls that help tenant and site admins or document library owners reduce the storage footprint driven by low value file versions. Today, document owners can set count based version limits at the individual document library level. With the upcoming changes, tenant and site admins or document library owners will have two version history settings. One, the automatic mode that intelligently expires new and existing versions based on their age and restore probability. And two, manual mode that will allow admins to set a time based version expiration and count limits on new and existing versions. These controls enable admins to set an appropriate level of recoverability and auditability for their organization balanced with storage usage considerations. Version history limits and management also apply to OneDrive for Business. So it's no more keeping by default 500 versions of each document, which, unless you're an attorney or an engineer, I don't think you need.
No,
So,
or else you go into the document in the web and it, updates it with last modified. You didn't change anything,
yeah,
but you're the last person who modified it now. Those are the kind of changes where it's not going to create new versions,
right.
or it's not going to retain all the versions that was just you opening it up 10 times during the day. So
Yep.
really good change.
What do you like in launched?
Well, covered the two of the three that were out there. The other
No
one
one
is
covered
Microsoft.
one. We just went
Okay.
over one.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the last one. Microsoft Teams voting, filtering, sorting, and archiving questions now available in the QA app on Teams. Take your QA to the next level with this new update that lets attendees vote on the questions they want presenters to answer, which is great. Organizers can sort questions by most voted, filtered, and archived questions, keep the discussion focused in meetings and events. That is coming out to the commercial tenants worldwide, and it was out in September. So you got that one.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Then we have one that's canceled. Microsoft Teams audio zones enable mesh creators to craft custom audio experiences. We will not release audio zones for Mesh Toolkit at this time. We're sorry for any inconvenience, and we'll continue to share updated roadmap entries as additional Mesh features and functionality become available in Teams. Spatial audio in Mesh provides a realistic recreation of how sounds move in the real world, with the volume of people speaking or media playing getting lower as you move away from the source of the sound. The introduction of audio zones enables creators to craft custom audio experiences for the intended use of a space, with features such as extended audio drop off distances for conversations that happen in a large area, or restricting what audio can enter in a given area to allow smaller groups to have lively conversations without disturbing their neighbors.
I'm sorry, but you still don't have legs. That's
Yeah,
just
you
all there
still don't
is
have
to it.
legs. So we're focused on the ears because you have no legs.
Yeah, I have no legs.
Well, that's all we have for the Microsoft Pulse this week. Hope to see you back here next week and
We'll
have a
be here.
great day.
Bye
Bye
now.
now.